Jill, Jinger, Jana, and other Duggar sisters have sparked concern after going silent ahead of their brother Josh's prison sentencing. The sisters, who normally keep their social media accounts buzzing, have gone quiet online as the family awaits Josh's verdict. Jill celebrated her 31st birthday 2 days ago and posted modestly on Instagram by showing off her new bleach blonde hair. Jill is awaiting the arrival of her third child with her husband Derek. However, the star has been silent about any plans for weekend celebrations in light of Josh's sentence. Meanwhile, Jinger, 28, hasn't posted since earlier this month when her husband Jeremy graduated with his MVID. She had flaunted her legs in a red dress and sexy heels for his celebration, and her father Jim Bob has now confronted her about her choice of style. Although Jinger has been quiet on her social media about any fallout from the disagreement. Jana, 32, has been silent the longest as she hasn't posted since March. She shared a picture from her latest home renovation project as she sat on the floor amid a drill, tools, and wood planks. Ahead of Josh's sentencing, the star sold her Arkansas real estate property for $200,000, which gave her a $105,000 profit. Sisters Jessa and Joanna have both also been completely silent on social media. Jessa posted a photo of her children Fern and Henry 2 weeks ago, and Joanna posted a photo of her son Gideon back in February. Josh, 34, was found guilty of possessing and receiving CP on December 9 and will be sentenced for the crimes on May 25. The Sun exclusively shared the oldest Duggar son is requesting just 5 years in prison, while the prosecution is demanding he receives the maximum sentence of 20 years behind bars. Josh's wife and mother, along with other family members and friends, helped support his lenient request by writing letters to Judge Timothy L. Brooks. The Sun can exclusively reveal that prosecution has responded to the request by slamming his loved one's support of the fallen son. Court papers obtained by the Sun read, to support his argument, Duggar relies on claims from his wife, his mother, and others that he is deeply devoted to his faith and family. He claims that the writers are extremely supportive while fully aware of his conviction, and that this will enable him to make the most of the rest of his life and to work hard to ensure that his children's lives are impacted as little as is possible by his trafficking in CSAM. Prosecution then goes into Josh blaming challenges associated with the fame from the family's show 19 Kids and Counting On. The court documents continue to argue, these claims only underscore the appropriateness of the government's sentencing recommendation. Indeed, his supportive family and public-facing and privileged lifestyle make his pattern of criminal conduct all the more baffling. Despite achieving some level of fame through reality television as an adult, he is better known at this point for his behavior outside his family's show, including his sexual improprieties and criminal sexual conduct. More importantly, none of these letters meaningfully grapple with his crimes or his sexual proclivities toward prepubescent girls. Prosecution then argues that it is unlikely Josh will ever receive the treatment and accountability needed to prevent him from reoffending should he maintain this posture. The court documents claim, in fact, given the apparent success of his blame tactics with some of the individuals he intends to surround himself with after his release from incarceration, it is not just unlikely, it is inconceivable. The prosecution also fights back against the argument that his wife and 7 children will be affected financially by his 20-year absence. The court docs continued, and while Duggar's incarceration will undoubtedly reverberate through his immediate and extended family, that is unfortunately true in many criminal cases and particularly in cases like this one, where Duggar appears to have hidden his reprehensible conduct from those closest to him up until his conviction. Earlier this year in February, The Sun exclusively revealed Duggar sisters Jessa, Jill, Joanna, and Jinger had their lawsuit against police dismissed. A judge said they failed to prove cops caused them emotional distress by leaking an accusation report. Jessa, Jill, Jinger, and Joanna had legally challenged local authorities over a leaked police report claiming their disgraced brother accosted minors in the family home. The Sun can exclusively reveal that the judge in the Arkansas federal case against the local authorities was dismissed with prejudice after the settlement conference scheduled for Thursday was canceled ahead of the decision. The judge ruled that the local authorities did not intend to inflict emotional distress and that they were even attempting to conceal the alleged victims' identities by redacting the police report before it was released to the media. In 2015, a 33-page Arkansas police report was released to the public, claiming Dad Jim Bob confessed to local authorities that his eldest son Josh fondled the minor girls while they were asleep in the Duggar family home years prior. Josh's younger sisters Jill and Jessa came forward as two of the alleged victims in an interview with Megyn Kelly, where they insisted they had forgiven Josh, who was never charged, for his wrongdoings. In May 2017, Jill and Jessa sued the City of Springdale, police department employees, and other defendants for invasion of privacy and more, claiming that releasing the records caused extreme mental anguish and emotional distress. Sisters Jinger and Joanna also sued, though they had not publicly come forward as victims of the alleged accusation.